Hey friends, Tashin here. Absolutely gorgeous day. And it's a little easier logistically today for me to record a video outside, so I'm outside. Beautiful, beautiful day, and I feel happy and in a good mood and energized, excited by all the things that are ahead for me today. Yeah, and I want to share some of that excitement in a video and talk about something I'm really excited about right now, which is crews and building crews and how to build crews and how to help other people build crews. I made a post yesterday on Twitter about how I'd love to, in the next year or so, help 2 to 5 or even more people build crews, and how I want to work with people who are really excited about that and interested in doing that, people that I know and trust and believe in, and yeah, people who are motivated and are going to do the work, because it takes a lot of work to build a crew, and will go on to do really cool, beneficial projects that wouldn't be possible if they were just working alone. So yeah, I just want to talk about my thinking here and like why this is a project I want to do, why I'm excited about it. It's really early stages, and I think this is one that's going to be valuable to kind of develop in public as much as possible, because I want this to benefit a lot of people. Yeah, maximum deep benefit, helping as many beings as possible, as deeply as possible. That's always the MO. And I think this is just incredibly high leverage. So it's going to have a big impact if I do it well and do it right. So for me, this is very much connected to the empowerment work that I do and that the Service Guild does, of believing that everyone has a vow and helping people to find fun service projects that are resonant for them, that are actually alive for them, that they don't have to coerce themselves to do, but they genuinely want to do, that are sort of you or them shaped projects, like Tashin shaped projects, or whatever your name is, your name shaped projects. And a lot of the empowerment department so far has been focused on individuals and helping individuals to find fun service projects that work for them. And typically when we start working with people, we work on what we call fun and feasible projects, where it's like, it's fun, it's enlivening, you know, it's something you genuinely want to do. And on the other hand, it's feasible, it's small, it's something you're confident that you can do based on things you've done before. And yeah, that's a specific shape of a project. It's small but fun. And there's 5 qualities of an ideal service project that we've really found over time. I've shared this diagram before and made a video about it, but the 5 qualities are fun, feasible, beneficial, ambitious, and U-shaped, where U-shaped is actually your name shaped. It's a sort of variable adjective. Insert your name here. And so typically when we start working with people, we focus on fun and feasible and kind of leave ambitious and beneficial and U-shaped for later, and or deprioritize them. It's like we originally had it as a spider web chart, or like a radar chart, where there's different qualities and any given project is going to have different amounts of how much of those qualities it has. And so we focus on fun and feasible to start, and probably the project is still beneficial in some ways, or ambitious in some ways, or U-shaped in some ways, but it's helpful to focus on fun and feasible first. But that's really been a lot of the work that we've done so far in the empowerment department. And I think part of my job in the empowerment department is to stand for beneficial and ambitious, where it's like, hey, yeah, it's good to do fun projects, it's good to do feasible projects, of course, but over time, I really want people to do increasingly beneficial projects, increasingly ambitious projects, increasingly them-shaped projects, that these are projects that are helping people to find their vow without losing that connection to fun or aliveness, and without overstepping and becoming too ambitious such that it's not feasible. It's really important that people actually finish projects, that they deliver them, that they ship them, that they give their gift, as we say. It's like you got to make a gift, prepare it, and actually give it to someone. And in this case, the someone is the world. So fun and feasible are critical, and it's not that they're not important, but once you've reconnected to fun as a fuel source, and once you're confident about what a kind of feasible project for you is, then it's important to do bigger projects and better projects that have even bigger impact and are more ambitious. And that's how you grow personally. That's also just important for you in your own process. Sorry, there's a truck going by. Anyway, so that's sort of some context. And so over time, I want people to do bigger projects, better projects, more ambitious projects, more beneficial projects. And a really important part of that is starting to do collaborations. And, there have been little seeds of things that we've done that help people to do collaborations. But so far, we've really been focused on individuals. And at a certain stage, even just individual collaborations between, one-off collaborations become kind of take on a form where there's a recurring group of people and there's a recurring container and there's a sort of a larger vision. And in the quest map that we've made that Sylvia illustrated for us, this is the stage 4 in there, which is like basically build a crew or I forget what we called it there, but it's like build a crew. And yeah, the quest map was really reverse engineering my and our own journey with the Service Guild and being like, hey, what worked for us and how can we help other people do that? And creating the Service Guild has been just such an important part of my life for the last few years. And frankly, I'm so proud of the work that I've done to build this crew and to create this container and to structure it. And still early days, it's just about 3 years of doing this, but this is going to be, as far as I can tell, my life's work and something I'm going to do for a long time. And how to put this? It's so obvious to me that the creation of the Service Guild is the most important work I've done in my life so far and the most valuable work I've done. And that, yes, it's early. It's still about 3 years in, and there's about 10, 11, 12 people or so that are in the Service Guild. But like, if we keep going, if we follow Visa's advice, show up, don't die, don't quit. If we just keep going, like, there's no limit to how valuable the Service Guild will be or how impactful it will be. We're really aiming for maximum deep benefit, helping as many beings as possible, as deeply as possible. And I think that's entirely possible to do more and more of that. And a big part of my MO is like every year to grow our capacity, or what I call service project throughput, where we're capable of doing more projects at a faster rate that have higher impact for the world and are also even more fun for us. Like every year it's like, oh, that project's even more fun. And it's sort of to a higher degree of quality, even like a higher standard of excellence. And I've seen that happen for years, even predating the Service Guild. Like there's precursors of the Service Guild where I was doing kind of similarly structured work with similar playbooks, but at a smaller scale and not seeing the larger picture yet. And I'm sure that's true now, where there are things that will happen in the future. I'm like, oh, I didn't even see this coming. But the point is, having a crew is so incredibly valuable. Like I was thinking about it this morning in some conversations I had about this, and it's hard to put quantitative value for something that's essentially qualitative benefit. But to me, having the Service Guild, I don't know, is easily worth $1 billion. Like I don't have access to $1 billion, but that's how valuable it feels. It doesn't feel like $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000 or $1 million. It feels like $1,000 million or more, which is $1 billion. Like I don't want it to be a commercial enterprise, and I don't know that we'll make $1 billion economically, but in terms of the value created and the wealth created, that's not just currency and currency exchange, but actual benefit to the world. If I had to put a number on it, I'd be like, it's got to be at least $1 billion that I project will be created, if not $1 trillion or more. Like this, I don't know, again, show up, don't die, don't quit. Like if we just keep going and do the thing and play our cards right and keep doing conditions, consequences, it's just going to be that big. It's going to be that valuable. And I can see that so clearly, how that, not the specifics of how it plays out, but like the trend lines of like, oh yeah, it's just going to grow and impact. And of course we'll learn and grow and make mistakes along the way that we learn from and all that. But like, I think the net benefit will be very high, and already is very high at the scale that we're at. And I'm so proud of that. And it's taken a lot of work and a lot of knowledge and a lot of expertise and experience and trial and error. And like, I've put in that work. I got obsessed with military strategy for a while, and that's been so valuable. And to know about business strategy and to have seen different contexts of like nonprofits and startups and even monasteries of like how these things work and how to build a crew. And it's a little bit confusing to me that more people haven't built crews. Like, I don't know, there's crewing in the micro-solidarity sense, and people have a sense of that, but like building an ongoing crew is just such a powerful move that I think is still underutilized and not well distributed in terms of the knowledge of how to do it. And, you know, recently, I think about a month ago, I published a post about it, how to build a crew. And it's not like literally everything I know, but it's pretty comprehensive of what my experience has been and what's worked for me. It's incredibly valuable. And, you know, you never know who reads everything or what impact it has on them. But so far, it's been pretty quiet. I think there's a few people that I know it kind of inspired and was like, huh. But I haven't heard of any crews being built yet. And of course, it takes time to build a crew. But it's like, oh, I put this blog post out in the world, and there's not a context yet for that information to be used or received or made use of. And so I think that's part of where this idea for a crew accelerator comes from, is like, I can really feel how valuable this is and how valuable it's been to me to create the Service Guild, and how confusing it is that other people aren't reaching for this move very often. And I'd like to share what I've learned with people who are really going to make use of it and actually build crews, because yeah, again, it's like worth $1 billion. Like, I don't know. I really think it's that valuable to build a crew, and that so much good stuff of it can come. I remember, I think this was the really big shift for me, was in especially 2020. I had already done some collaborations in different contexts, but I just realized, oh, I have hit the limits of what I am capable of doing by myself. I have gone the lone wolf approach, or just done one-off collaborations with people. And like, I've taken that to the limit. You know, I every day I do everything in my power to be of benefit, to be of service. I've done that for years. And there's just a limit to how much time you have, and there's a limit to how much energy you have, and there's a limit to how much skill you have. Like, I'm not good at everything that I would love to be good at, and I'm gonna die one day. And there are people who are good at the things that I'm not good at, who find them easier, who find them more enjoyable, who are more well suited to doing different things. And at a certain point, if you have large enough ambitions, you realize, oh, I'm going to need to collaborate with people. And I've put out so many resources about how to collaborate with people and what that looks like. But there's a stage beyond that where it's like, oh, I need to build a crew. Like, I can't just do one-off collaborations, like, or even have a recurring collaborator that's just one collaborator. Like, I need to build a crew of 3, 4, 5, 7 people to start. Maybe it grows over time. Maybe it becomes a company, maybe it becomes a nonprofit, maybe it's just informal between friends. But there's a limit to how much I, or even 2 people, can do by myself. You realize that. And at that point, it starts to become interesting to build a crew. And that's not going to be everybody. Like, some people just want to make friends, you know, find the others. And that's really good. And some people might want to be doing projects, but they're still figuring out what their own projects are. Sorry, I'm walking by a pickleball court, I think. I'll be gone in a second. Yeah, but you know, there's a period of just figuring out who you are and what you're on about and what projects you want to work on. And then there's sort of a stage of like, oh yeah, maybe I want to collaborate with other people. And you put your toes in the water and, you know, you're like, hey, do you want to collaborate with me? And those are all good stages. It's good to find your people, and it's good to figure out what kind of work you want to do, and it's good to do collaborations. I guess there's also maybe a stage of just like inner work and learning to love yourself and take care of yourself and feel your feelings and process your emotions and do introspection and all of that. It doesn't necessarily go in this order, but I imagine the order is something like introspection and then finding your own work and finding the other people and starting to do collaborations. But then there are going to be some people who are like, no, I know what I want to do. I know who I am. I know what kind of projects I want to work on. I have huge ambitions and I am stuck. I need to build a crew to make these things possible. And it's hard. It's really, really hard to build a crew. It's not easy. It's taken me years to build a crew. And even before I started building a crew, there was a lot of prior work that I'd done. And there were a lot of lessons I had to learn and lessons I'm still learning. It's not like I'm perfect at this or I've got it all figured out, but I've put in the work, right? Like at least 3 years of work, if not more. I think there was, even before I started that, there was probably 3, 4, 5, 6 years of precursor work of meeting people and trying projects and figuring myself out and all of that. And so I want to create some kind of offering for those people who are like, yeah, I know who I am. I know what I want to work on. I'm excited. I'm energized. I'm going to put in the work and I just need help building a crew and figuring out how to do that. And that feels like something I want. I want a crew. I know how valuable that is and let's go. And that's what I want to create an offering for. And I tweeted about that yesterday. A couple of people have already expressed interest and I'm sort of in early stages of figuring out for myself what I want this to look like and what it could look like. And also talking to them, those people who expressed interest, like, hey, what would be a good fit for you? And what are you even wanting? And where are you at? And I think there's actually a lot of space here for what this could look like. I'm still really early in figuring this out, but I'm not sure that some of the existing options are like quite the thing of what the kinds of shapes of like online courses or programs or coaching or all that or ebooks. It's like, I'm kind of sensing that there's an opportunity to get creative here about what the structure looks like and what actually helps someone in this case. Like it's really important to me that people actually build a crew. Like there is actually a success fail, pass fail thing here, which is you should build a crew if you do this program. If you build a crew and you gather the people and you keep working together for like more than a year, literally years, then you succeed. And if you don't build a crew, if you don't put in the work, if you don't find the people, then you fail. And it's not that it's school and I'm going to grade you, but like I'm interested in actually helping people succeed at this thing. And I want people who actually want that as a goal. It's not just some online courses are sort of like, sorry about the sunlight. Some online courses are like infotainment where it's like you're just getting a feel-good feeling about who you are. And I don't know, that's fine, but I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in real people who really want to create crews, who are really going to put in the work to really succeed at it in a way that feels good for them and the people that they're working with, and that they actually build the foundations for a crew that can last for years or even decades. And helping people to do that. And that's going to require a lot of time and energy and care from me. And so I'm figuring out, is this commercial? Is this non-commercial? Is this going to be like a cohort-based program, or will I do one-on-one kind of coaching support? I have ideas right now of what would feel good for me, but I'm not ready to put those out into the world just yet. It's still very early, but I'm excited about it. I think it could be really important and very high leverage, and I want to get better at how to think about this, because I've gone from 0 to 1, right? Like I've gone from not having a crew to having a crew, and I haven't yet actually helped someone else build a crew. I've helped people do collaborations, but actually building an ongoing crew, like level 4 in the Quest map, I haven't helped people with yet. And I want to put in the reps and go from 1 to like 10 or so. And I think if I help 10 people, I'll be like, not just 10 times, but 100 times better at helping people with this thing. And if I help 100 people, I'll be not just 100, but 1,000 times better at helping people build crews. And this is just so high leverage, because if people actually are successful at building crews, and they build crews that are resonant for them, that are alive for them, that with people that they like and enjoy working with, there's just no limit to what you can do. What like small groups of people in this day and age can do so much more. Like a collaboration with the right people is like non-linearly way more effective and powerful and impactful than I think people are imagining. I think it's so underrated. And like, you know, especially if it's the right people, the right team at the right time with the right context that's well held, that's well led. There's just so much. There's sky's the limit. And I want to help people create crews that go on to do things that inspire me. And I want these crews to be connected themselves, where there's collaboration and competition and information exchange and like really figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and that feeds back to the service guild, the crew I'm creating, and that we're better at what we do, and that we go on to help even more people even better. So anyway, that's the upward spiral that I see as being possible here, and I'm excited about it. If this feels exciting to you and resonant to you, and you're like, hey, I want to build a crew, reach out to me, tell me why, tell me who you are, tell me what kind of structure you think would be good for you. I imagine at some point soon I'll put out some kind of offering about this. And real talk, I'm kind of flexible about what it looks like. Like I'm figuring that out now, but I don't know. Basically, if people convince me that they're actually going to do the work and they're going to actually put in the effort, which I don't know how I build that trust, especially if I don't know you. If I know you, like so one of the people that reached out, I know very well, and I'm like, oh yeah, they'll definitely put in the work. I already have evidence of that. But yeah, if I trust somehow that you are going to put in the work and actually do the thing, I'm flexible on what this looks like. So anyway, I'll put the offer out at some point, but do be in touch if it's interesting to you. And my email is on the front page of my website. You can, of course, put a comment on this video, and you can also DM me if we're mutuals on Twitter. If we're not mutuals, the best thing is to email me. And yeah, I hope this is exciting to you. It's exciting to me. And wherever you are in the world, I'm sending you love. And I hope that this video inspires you to live your vow and to find people that you want to work with and collaborate with and do cool projects with, and that those projects are of benefit to you and your communities and ultimately the world and even all beings. Let's go. All right, take care, friends. Bye.